Welcome to Salty Goodness. I am Salt, and I am accompanied tonight by my good friend Gooba. How you doing tonight, love?
I'm fabulous.
Fabulous. You just ate like a bomb-ass amount of Chinese food, too, didn't you?
Like 15 pounds of General Tso's chicken.
Mixed with about 30 more pounds of white rice.
Yeah, I don't know. There's this place that we order from at lunch sometimes at work, and it's just like a lunch combo.
It's like 3 meals in one.
That box weighed it felt like it weighed like 7 pounds.
Oh, yeah?
It was so heavy. It was a brick.
And actually, that recently happened to me. I work in a mall, which is just the career choice I always wanted. But I found out that they have a pho restaurant now in the mall, and I ordered the small, and it was actually larger than the portion that my wife serves, you know? And I was like, holy shit, this is like 2 meals. And then I opened it. It was merely like 0.25% noodles, quarter whatever protein that I ordered that day, and the rest was just an atomic amount of broth and bean sprouts. But I was still like, for $6 you can't go wrong. Like, that was an atomic amount of food, and it's I don't want to give their name because
So
they're
you
not
don't
advertising.
get tired of eating that even though your wife makes it a lot?
I felt like total garbage that day, so I was wanting like the chicken noodle soup with steroids. That's what I call pho, you know. So, you know, and then you get some jalapenos in there, and not like the shitty jalapenos you get at like the Asian restaurants, you know, that are like kind of sort of pickled. These were just some straight up, freshly cut, non-frozen jalapenos. This is dope. It's probably the healthiest thing you could eat in the mall.
I can make pho.
You just put a
Pack of ramen noodles in the pot.
fuck yeah.
I had that last night.
It's like college all over again, huh?
I normally don't even keep that on me anymore, but when you and Brenda were talking about it like a month ago, I went to the store the next day and I bought a pack of pho.
Yeah, it's like
Or a pack of ramen.
bag of ramen.
A.K.A. poor man's pho.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get, like, real style ramen, like, if you go to, like, one of the restaurants around here, like Domo or one of the Japanese restaurants, they'll be like, wow, I'm never eating that generic 34-cent ramen ever fucking again.
Yeah.
But then you go to Walmart and get it for 14.7 cents per package if you buy, like, a combo, and then you're like, okay.
I'm just going to remain blissfully ignorant.
That's all right. I'll have to open the pearly gates of Asian cuisine for you.
That's how I feel about when people say, don't you know what's in a hot dog? Or don't you know what's in chicken McNuggets?
That's
or
bliss ignorance.
Don't you know what's in bologna? And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to know because that shit's delicious.
No, nothing is ever going to take away the 12:30 I'm stoned and hungry 7-Eleven hot dog. Sid, we said it in fucking unison. It was just like the 7-Eleven hot dog.
I have to say I've never had a 7-Eleven hot dog.
You're missing out.
My husband, on the other hand,
he'll be coming home from a hard day's work and be like,
What
I
an
just need me a
asshole.
goddamn hot dog
And
from
he told-
7-Eleven with chili and cheese.
he tells me about how his old roommate, he and his old roommate would, you know, they'd drink at the house and hang out, and then they'd, you know, go and get the munchies at whatever time at night, and they'd walk from their house to the 7-Eleven for
Yeah, just baked and
chili,
drunk.
for chili cheese hot dogs.
Hell yeah, it's my new jam. I've been
I was like, is that before or after you shit yourself? Because
it's probably after the Taco Bell I had at 7 o'clock the same evening, because I'm already that stoned enough that
that is a one-way trip to the toilet, my friend.
So is gas station sushi, but we don't talk about that.
Is there even such a thing as
There
gas
is,
station
yeah.
sushi?
Yeah, gas station sushi.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
yeah, it's not nearly as cool as it sounds. I correlate it now to being like public sushi.
Did you seriously have gas station sushi?
Not recently, but when
You've
I was up
done
in the
that?
cities, when I was up north, you know, you go to like a bodega on the weekend, and they would have like there's fresh sushis from the bodegas. They would have it in like their cold chilled section.
Come out in Chicago?
Some in New York, some in Boston, some in Chicago.
I've never seen that before, but I
Gas
believe
station,
you.
but it just has like.
Yeah, but a bodega is not. You're equivalent that to a gas station. Isn't a bodega like a little shop?
It is,
town?
but it's always run by like some shady Indian guy.
Yeah,
You know, it's like the mobile stations down here.
But there's no gas pumps, right?
No, not usually, because you know you can't find a gas
So it's
station
just-
in the cities
We
anyway.
have those bodegas around here. We have the little all the Dominican.
We call them Sitkos here.
You ever notice how many Dominican beauty supply places we have around here?
I didn't even know we had that many Dominicans in Orlando.
Apparently we do, because they're everywhere.
I
There
know
are Dominican hair salons and beauty parlors everywhere.
Do you think it's just like that's a place that ladies go as like a salon, or do you think it is specifically?
That's like the Spanish version of barbershop.
Okay, so it goes for like all of South America then, and Central.
I guess I don't know. I might be totally off base. I've really
only known like one Dominican in my whole life.
I really don't know any Dominican people.
And I know there's a place on my side of town called Donna's Dominican Salon, and I'm like, really? What is the area in Orlando that is the high Dominican rate?
I don't know, but there's an African salon. It's some country in Africa. What
Ethiopia?
Is it Ethiopian? It might be. It's in Longwood, right off of Ronald Reagan over there.
That's not my stomping ground, so I wouldn't know offhand.
You drive by it, and it's like an African hair salon place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Word.
When I was in Gainesville, there was this little tiny barbershop in the back where Depot Avenue, which was kind of like the ghetto where they tow all your cars and stuff. It was kind of a shady area, but there was this little tiny barbershop, and it was called Fades and Froze.
I know exactly where that is in Orlando.
There's one in
Orlando, yeah. It's over in the hills.
There's one in Orlando, too?
Yeah.
They can't be a chain.
They're probably not.
No, they can't be related, but that's crazy. But this one is in the barbershop. No kidding. It's like the size of a tool shed.
Oh, yeah?
Like a yard shed. I mean, the building is so tiny, and I think it was one of the original buildings that was around there that was in like the 20s. Mm-hmm. So it's like a little shotgun house is what it is. It's so tiny. But it was always kind of sketch around that area.
Okay, so on Tuesday night this week, I ended up going and doing Rick and Anthony's podcast, Entering the Black Hole. These guys are so funny. But we didn't get to talk about the socioeconomic backgrounds of their living situation, like around their house. They live out in the Maitland area, but you have to go through Eatonville to get there. You know what I mean? So if you're on like Lake and Mills, Lake in Orlando, you know where Tengetsu is and all that shit. As soon as you go there, I had to stop at a gas station for cigarettes. And the lady looks at me and goes, "You ain't from around here, are you, boy?" I was like, "No, ma'am, I am not. I don't want to start no drama with any of you." And then she goes, "With any of us?" And I was like, "No, not like that." I feel like that's the typical white thing to say nowadays. No, not like that. I'm cool. But she ends up like trying to buy me like a $1.25, 60, 32-ounce beer as an apology, and I'm like, "Nah, lady, I'm good. Like I got what I needed since I came here."
That's so funny.
But it was like the dirtiest gas station, I think, and I felt like I was on OBT. But have you ever been on Forest City Road?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell is going on over there? It's a scary fucking side of town.
It's out in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, it's like on the other side of I-4. You know, and I know we have listeners who are not from Orlando, and if you're in Orlando at between 3 and 11 p.m., you're just going to have a miserable experience driving around the city. It is almost as bad as L.A. now.
It's horrible.
It's fucking terrible. It took me an hour to get here today, Goob. I left the house at 6:45.
My sister, she complains about traffic where she lives. And it can get pretty bad where she's from, but their city is huge. Mm-hmm. And that's why it seems like there's bad traffic, because it takes a while to get from one side of Jacksonville to the other.
Jacksonville's a shithole.
But actually, I like Jacksonville, but
that's cool. You can like it. It's still a shithole.
It's not like bumper to bumper horrible traffic.
Yeah, it's
nothing compared to the traffic here. And on top of that, she also lived in Fort Lauderdale, like near Dania Beach. Mm-hmm. That traffic was a nightmare, and I'd like, there's no way the traffic in Jacksonville is worse than traffic here or down south. There's just no way.
At this point, today is the Ides of March. Like, we start the Ides of March today. So I'm just kind of synchronizing that it's all together. And today was, no matter which way I was going to go to get to anywhere in Orlando, it was going to just be a bitch, you know. And I turned right out in front of my house, and I immediately couldn't go into any direction because I was in the middle lane. I was like, I have fucked myself royally. Yeah. And I literally was on that little stretch between 50 and 436 for like an hour.
Yeah, what you gotta do, take the back way from your house. I just go all the way.
I mean, I-4 would have been probably a better option today. I mean, it's
the TJ, like Colonial Town, cut over that way, cut all the way to back
all the way through Baldwin and shit.
Well, no. Well, you could do that, but like from your house, instead of going to 50, run parallel to 50.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to. I actually had to turn right because. Anyways, this is boring as fuck. Nobody cares about the traffic on our way to your house. So, I guess that. Hey, edit that last part out.
Hey, you know what? We used to work for food delivery.
Yeah.
Service, so we know some back roads. So we're just giving you guys.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Orlando and you're frantically pulling out your fucking hair, and you notice that the Frozen Bros haircut place is on your right hand side, make a left there.
You need to get the fuck out.
You need to get the fuck out of there. If you're ever on Forest City Road
and get out.
and you're not going to Rick and Anthony's podcast, you should probably get the fuck out of there immediately.
What is wrong?
Your cat is like trying to fucking kill you. Her cat is like, like eating her own ass and eating her tail, taking reins.
He literally.
He is.
I don't know what's going on.
He is spazzing the fuck out.
He's trying to get me to wear him like a hat.
Yeah.
He keeps putting his ass on my head. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Is this the gay cat? No, this isn't the gay cat.
No. He's perfectly asexual.
Asexual, just like most cats are. But that tail is pretty aggressive right there.
I think he just farted too. Good
And now he's bailing. He just farted on your poncho.
Yeah, he left me a surprise.
He left you a little bonus.
A present.
That's for not letting me have any of your sushi, you motherfucker.
Yeah. No.
Or your Chinese food.
Oh boy. No,
MSG.
He's the reason why I can't free feed my animals, because he literally lays in front of the food bowl.
He's the asexual alpha cat?
I don't know if he's asexual. But he
is the alpha.
No, he wants to. Luke is the gay one. Is the alpha.
The gay cat is the alpha.
Yes.
It's like, boys, you ain't getting my fucking dinner. You get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna knock some bitches' teeth out.
This one wants to be the alpha, but he's such a little shit. But yeah, he'll just lay in front of the food bowl. Like if he'll go outside, he'll come in. The first thing he'll do is run in the food bowl and just look at me. It's like, no, dude, no. You get 3/4 of a cup of food a day. That's your limit, fatty.
All right, so I think we've kind of rambled about traffic and cats' asses and your.
Well, I don't know what else you want to talk about. I mean, it's a podcast.
It is a podcast.
Cat butts are a huge part of my life, Aaron.
Yeah,
I see.
Maybe that's our niche. Maybe that's the community. Cat ass. Hashtag cat ass.
Did you see my calendar over there?
That's the name of the episode. Is hashtag cat's ass.
Cat's ass.
Cat's ass. Until something better comes along.
Oh boy.
Someone's going to look at our show, someone who's close to our show, and go, God damn it, I knew they were going to talk about Gooba's cats again.
Everyone loves my cats.
I know. I was talking about B.
Oh.
Yeah. So we don't know where Brennan is. We don't know what Brennan's doing. And, hey, bud, hope you figure your shit out. That's cool. That's all I got to say about that, I guess. Yeah? Is that good?
I'm looking over at the other end of the couch, and it's like the ghost of Brennan sitting there.
It's the ghost of our guest from last week, He's still... His presence is still presenting evil in the house. We haven't cleansed the house yet.
Oh, God.
I've gotten rid of the Gorgothy. No one's heard that yet, so, this episode is actually going to come out tonight, because I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to throw it up on the internet.
This one?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so, because I advertised that our episode with Mr. Steele is coming out this weekend because it's so long.
Oh, okay. So this is just raw and uncut?
This is raw and uncut.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, just like cats' asses. Raw and uncut. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. So, we were talking before the show, as we normally do, and waste good moments of podcasting by not talking about it on the air. We were talking about concerts that we had been to. Mm-hmm. You said you were doing well at a Sugar Ross concert.
I thought you were going to say Sugar Ray, and then
I was
going to throw my